Hello everyone, welcome back to our video, and today's video is unscripted, like most of my videos, but today I want to go over this topic. This video is inspired by Godzilla guy, so go check him out, very good YouTuber. But yeah, and before we get into anything, I just want to say, the artwork that you see in the background, it was made by Molly 686 on DeviantArt, so yeah. Anyway, so I want to clarify, the versions of Godzilla and Gamera in this video is Monsterverse Godzilla versus Rebirth Gamera from Gamera Rebirth. So yeah, I just thought I should get that cleared up, because I know it says in the title, but the thumbnail, it's just not them. Or it's, Heisei Gamera on the thumbnail, but, yeah. But yeah, let's just get into it. Now this video is gonna go off a few categories, that include strength, durability, speed, agility, IQ, battle IQ, experience, abilities, and power. So that's quite a few. I might forget a few on the way, so yeah. But anyway, I think we'll just get this started with our first category, strength, which, sadly Gamera, or Rebirth Gamera, doesn't show a lot of. He's able to tussle with other kaiju, yes, sure. He can definitely, crash down a few buildings. But Godzilla definitely has a lot more strength feats, including being able to lift Muto Prime off the ground. Let me think for a sec. Also, topple buildings and throw other kaiju around with ease, like the male Muto. Then again, he is very small, so yeah. He's also been able to toss Kong around like a baseball bat. Not baseball bat, a baseball. And yeah, overall, I think it's pretty obvious. Godzilla takes, this is base Rebirth Gamera and base Monsterverse Godzilla. So, no evolved, no thermonuclear, no dark Gamera, the base forms. So yeah, but yeah, base Godzilla definitely takes it. I'm just gonna call him Monsterverse Godzilla and Gamera Rebirth, so I don't have to say base and base. So, yeah. Anyway, speed, not speed. Durability. Once again, sure, Gamera is a big kaiju with a big shell, but his shell isn't the toughest. I know it sounds weird, but almost anything can cut his shell. It doesn't look that strong in the show. Garugon's able to cut right through it. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And I'm pretty sure Gigant's blades would also be able to cut his shell, so not too hard to cut the shell. And also, Godzilla's just taken a lot more hits. Sure, Gamera's been hit, and he fell from space and survived. But, Monsterverse Godzilla has been able to tank Shimo's beam for an extended period of time. Mind you, this beam is able to did cause the first ice age, which, god damn. He's also fell from, I think it was orbit. Well, he fell from a long distance from the air by Ghidorah. Ghidorah picked him up and dropped him. And yeah, I think he's also like been hit by a few of Ghidorah's lightning strikes. It's been a while since I've watched King of the Monsters. But yeah, pretty obviously, Gamera is not the weakest in terms of durability, but Godzilla definitely takes it. So that means we are sitting at Godzilla at 2 and Gamera at 0. But that's about a change, because speed isn't even fair. Godzilla, let me actually search it up. How fast can Godzilla run? And I'll search up 2021 because that's like the last one where he's like full base. So he can apparently run in Godzilla King of the Monsters. About, now I've been seeing a few different ones, so I'm just gonna, okay. So in water, he's 40 knots, and in, on land, he's 306.5 miles per hour. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but, I'll just take it at face value. Okay, now I gotta see Rebirth. I'm not even gonna bother. Gamera, I don't think he's faster on land. He could be. He's definitely faster, though. Because this turtle can fly, and he can fly anywhere between Mach 3 to Mach 3.5. So, yeah. He might be fast. Actually, I think he's faster in the water. Because Godzilla, we've seen him in the water. He's not that fast. Meanwhile, Gamera was out here dodging, fighting for his life against Zygar, so. But yeah. So yeah, Gamera takes speed pretty easily. I don't think anyone would debate me on that. And then agility. Godzilla can fucking jump. He can jump. But that's again for land. Gamera is definitely more agile in water. Like I said, like running for his life against Zygar. Well, he wouldn't have died if Zygar caught him, but you know, he was able to dodge quite a few of his attacks. He's also more agile in the air because Monsterverse Godzilla can't even fly. So, yeah, agility pretty easily goes to Gamera Rebirth. Then we have IQ. And IQ is weird because there's a few different things that count for IQ, like symbiosis, which is what Mothra and Godzilla have. I'll just go over Godzilla. So yeah, symbiosis, which is like him and Mothra can communicate easily, and that's to take some amount of IQ, I think. He can also like, I don't know. He's not dumb though. He's definitely above. He's like probably around human intelligence. And then Rebirth Gamera is probably just as smart, if not just a bit smarter. Being able to understand human speech and be able to like kind of like Kong in the Monsterverse, except take away sign language, just make him speak. He's also been able to show immense IQ in battle, same with Godzilla, being able to target weak points and shit. So, yeah, I would say IQ and battle IQ is a tie for both of them, which means, as of right now, it is a tie for both. We are 4-4. Pretty nice shit. So yeah, and next we have experience. Now, I know Godzilla's been around for like a couple thousand years. I want to fact check that really quickly. How old is Monsterverse Godzilla? Okay, so from what I'm saying, he is about over 250 million years old. The exact age of Godzilla during this time period is difficult to determine. So yeah, he's he's over 2,500, so roughly around that number. And then how old is Gamera in Gamera Rebirth? Okay, so roughly, I think that's also a million. That's 100,000. Yeah, That's either a million or 1,000. No, that's definitely not 1,000. So wait, so 1,000 is 3 zeros. Is that a billion? What the fuck? 1000000. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a billion. Okay, 100,000 years. Finally got an answer. Which, that does mean... Yeah, Godzilla is older, so he takes experience. So that means we are sitting at a nice 5 Godzilla to Gamera 4. Okay, so, sorry about that, by the way. I'm new to this kind of video format, and I should have probably fact-checked this before. If I do make another one like this, I won't be getting my information while making the video, so, yeah. Thanks for bearing with me. Anyway, next, shit, I forgot some of the categories. I'd say, like... Alright, abilities. And, I don't even think anyone's gonna fight me on this. Rebirth Gamera easily takes abilities. Now, from what I can name off the top of my head, like, actual, like, combat abilities, like, throw them up. Godzilla, from what I can remember, only has about 2. And that's Atomic Breath, and, like, besides basic shit, like, hands, feet, tail. Besides that, he only has 2. Atomic Breath and Atomic Pulse, which he can only, I'm pretty sure, activate Atomic Pulse after he sucked in quite a bit of radiation. Because in order to do it in GXK, before he got the Barbie girl makeover, he had to potentially absorb Scylla's radiation. We don't know if he actually absorbs it or not. And absorb a nuclear power plant in order to do it. So, we're not sure if he can do that without doing that first. Like, maybe he has to take in radiation before, but we don't know. But Gamma Rebirth just has more. Including plasma balls, his own beam, which we'll get into later. Actually, no, I'll get into it now. Gamera's beam is shown at the end of the show when you use it to... I'll get into that in a minute. But after he uses the beam, it kills him. Now, I want to clarify something. If he was at full power, not full power, but if he wasn't as damaged as he was, I am like 85% sure he would have lived that. Because the shit he went through before that, okay. He got his ass beat by Garugon. He also had to fight, he had to fight Garugon. He had to fight Virus. He had to fall from space. Then he was put on life support, almost dying. And then his entire body got corrupted, draining more energy from him. Potentially. But yeah, I think it's pretty obvious why he didn't live it. If he was like no damage, he just used it, I'm pretty sure he would have lived. So, yeah. Fact check me if I actually have something wrong, like if the creator said even if he was at like base power or anything. You know. But yeah, and he also has he has more. Like, okay, I'm not sure if he has it, I forget, but if he does, if he doesn't, then just take it away. I'm pretty sure he has the elbow blades that Heisei has. I could be wrong, but I think he has. If not, then yeah. But But I swear he had more abilities. Man, I'm having a massive brain fart right now. Oh, wait! Rebirth itself. Well, that doesn't really matter in a fight, per se. But, you know. He can basically rebirth himself after he dies. That's what happens. Spoiler alert, I guess. That's what happens after he dies in the show. And he just rebirths. It's not like Martha, wherever before a fight he, like, lays an egg. He just spawns back into existence as a baby. So, yeah. Pretty sure he keeps his memories. If not, then I'm just wrong. But yeah. If he has the elbow blades, that means Gamera goes up a point, and if he doesn't, that's a tie. But I'm pretty sure he does, so that means, as of right now, it is a 5-5. Last point. This last point will decide who wins this fight. And that is power. Now this, I'm not a power scaler or level scaler, whatever it's called. That shit's boring. I just do this for fun. It's all in good fun at the end of the day. It's fictional characters. Who cares? Who cares? And if you do care, door's right there, pal. But yeah. So, Godzilla's power level is definitely very high. Being able to shoot right to Hollow Earth. He also was able to beat Ghidorah, but that was in thermonuclear. If he couldn't go thermonuclear, Godzilla would have died. 2014, he was able to beat the Mutos in base form, so that's something. He was also able to beat Tiamat on 2 separate occasions, and the second time killing her. Then again, he did absorb the radiation, so that one instance doesn't count. But the one in the comic does. And, yeah, overall, he can also sense stuff. So, if Gamera lands on Earth, he'll be able to sense it. But yeah, so, Godzilla is, like, a lot of people overhype Monsterverse Godzilla. I legit saw some edit on YouTube shorts. Bone chilling shit, man. Where it was a scaling video for Godzilla, and they put him up to multiversal. I don't understand scaling that well, but I can tell you with 100% confidence, Monsterverse Godzilla is at most, and this is pushing it, small planet, and that's pushing it. That's pushing it. He's probably like Moon or below. He's Moon or below. I'll roughly put him at small Moon. And then, we got Gamera. Now, again, he has one thing that basically trumps all of Godzilla's feats, but we'll get into that in a second. So, from what I can see, his power level is pretty consistent. He's able to kill kaiju, especially, like, Virus. All he has to do is tuck into a shell and cut him in half. So, Gamera would beat Kong. I'm just going to say it right now. I was going to say this right after I do Godzilla versus Gamera, but Gamera would beat Kong. Any Kong. 2017, 2021, and 2024. Every Kong gets smoked. Even if you give him Beast Glove and Battle Axe, there's nothing Kong can do to Gamera. There's nothing he can do. All Gamera has to do is cut him in half while being in shell. Game over. Hit him with one plasma beam. It's over. Kong cannot win. Okay. Gamera would beat 2017 Kong, no difficulty. He would beat 2021 Kong, low, no difficulty. And 2024 Kong with Beast Glove and Battle Axe, probably lower side of mid difficulty or low difficulty. Anyway, get back to point. So yeah, Gamera's strength feats include, like I said, cutting Iris. Where the fuck did I get Iris from? cutting Virus in half. He also, like I said, can trample buildings. Then again, every kaiju can. He also beat one. He beat a horde of Gauss. Yeah, a horde of Gauss. Barugon? No. That's the one that shoots rainbows out of his back. The rhinoceros-looking one. Triceratops-looking one. I'm sorry. Zygar, Garugon, and Virus, all, and also Super Gauss. He also had, this is for when he died to the beam. He also had to fight Super Gauss before using it, so that's another thing. But yeah, Gamera, this is what happens when you don't script videos, people. Gamera, I'm pretty sure he did all that in like a month or a week. I don't know. I forget the time. I gotta rewatch Gamera Rebirth, man. It's my favorite kaiju show. It was so good. So good. W show. Even though I just spoiled the entire thing, go watch it. But yeah. And that one feat, he blasts a hole through the moon. Now, I've already talked about how if he was at full power, the beam that he used wouldn't have killed him. So yeah, you can just casually blast hole through moons. And we don't know where it ended. So that thing, for all we know, could have just went on further and further into space. Could have went on forever, destroying more planets in its path. But that's way too theorizing. Like, too much guessing. So I'm just gonna say it destroyed, it blasted a hole through the moon. He also had precise precision. Being able to see sense exactly where the people are and like, alright, you're dead now. Ah! But yeah. So, now this is debatable, but I would say Gamera would beat Base Godzilla. The points are Monsterverse Base Godzilla 5 and Rebirth Gamera 6. Now, I'm not saying he could beat Thermo or Evolved. Why did that take me so long? But I'm not saying he could beat either of those. I actually think he'll lose to them. But yeah, there's not much he can really do with their pulses and Evolved Godzilla just being a straight up menace. There's not much he can really do. So, okay. Gamera Rebirth would beat base Monsterverse Godzilla. I would say mid to low difficulty. Like the higher end of low or mid difficulty. And then he would beat, and then Evolved and Thermo. Well, Thermo would beat him like, probably like low to mid difficulty. The only reason I say that is because Thermo can't hold in all his energy. So it's kind of hard for him to use it effectively. So, yeah. But Evolved Godzilla would stomp him. Low to no difficulty. But yeah, that's just what I think. Again, at the end of the day, it's all just some good fun. And if I do make another one like this, I hope it will be better. But yeah, with all that being said, that's me out. And I am not opening the comments for, like, probably ever. I'm too scared. My timbers have been shivered. Anyway, bye guys.